What's going on, guys? Happy Wednesday, March 31st. You guys hear me okay? Let me get a yeah, you can hear me all right. James says, I found that book, try to message you, Discord, Trading Learning 101. I think I remember seeing that message, and I'm sorry I forgot to reply back to you. I got so much going on at times. Uh, we actually did find a book. We did. And a member had a PDF file of it and shared it with us. But thank you for looking, though. Appreciate it. Hawk Driver, I joined live feed. I smashed that like button. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Appreciate it, man. Really do. Anytime you guys help me out with that algorithm, watching, smashing the like button, commenting, does a lot. You guys hear me okay still? Let me check on YouTube if all is good. It's delayed like 30 seconds. That's how long it's delayed. I just checked because when I typed in that let's go, I pulled up the timer here and timed it. So 30 seconds is the delay on the feed. That's why YouTube live streaming on Friday, day trading live, it's really not worth it for you guys on YouTube. You guys are 30 seconds, a minute behind when these moves happen. And then in the Discord chat for members, that's where I've created this trading live stream. So if you're an Ultimate Pass member, every Friday we jump in there and we live stream trade live, real time. So since the markets will be closed on Friday, tomorrow's Thursday, we're going to live stream tomorrow. So get pumped and ready for that, guys. So let's talk about today. We'll do a recap today. I think there was some very good, valuable lessons from today. We got into the pre-market chat and we were going over the watch list of everything and getting prepared for the day. And this is what I do every day. So every day, pre-market, I pop up my gap scanners, I take down notes, I write all the stocks that I want to cover and recap for us with the pre-market prep. We had a few stocks on watch, like we were continuing to watch WKEY, all the NFT stocks, TKAT, DLPN, and the stocks that were recent runners. One of them, and the biggest runners, we called out Rail pre-market. We seen it here at $5. It was setting up beautifully. And we said if this can continue to hold up to 5, it'll work its way up in levels to $5.50, $6, $6.50. This thing was just a runner today. They just went non-stop all day from 5 all the way up to $7. So a good $2 move on Rail, and this would have just been an effortless, stress-free play. I didn't trade it. I was keeping my eye on Wafu. And look what happened to Wafu. Completely forgot about this stock. Completely forgot about it. From $8 all the way up to almost $16. So it gets a nice $8 run in the morning, and EEIQ follows in sympathy. EEIQ got a nice run from 11 all the way up to 1550. Not as much as Wafu, but this is the same setups that we cover day in and day out. Keeping an eye on runners from the past. Because look, it just happens over and over and over again. A lot of people just forget about these stocks. Wafu here from 8 all the way up over $20 3 days ago. And then you see it just falls down, does nothing this day. And then the next day does nothing, pulls back for 2 straight days. That's what I call the mid-candle breakout, or the rubber band play, if you're all familiar with it. We talk about it all the time in the chat. The rubber band play. When you have these stocks make huge moves to the upside, and then when they pull back for 1, 2, 3 days straight, it just builds up that tension and tension in that rubber band. And then as soon as that tension just builds up, it just snaps. And that's when you could see these very explosive moves in the morning. Beautiful opportunity on this, and I completely overlooked it. Right out of the open, just fires up to $10 and into a halt. They reopen it up $1, rip it up to 12, rip it down to $10, rip it up to 13, rip it down to 12, and then rip it all the way up to 1550. Volume just kept pumping and pumping and pumping into this thing. And Arm in chat did a good job today with observing the volume. It was almost like he was counting down volume as it was getting closer and closer to that break. It did look like it wanted to break. Volume just kept pumping and pumping into it. And look at all what he did here. Like every moment, like 5 million, almost there, 4 million, 3 million, 2 million, like a countdown. And then just 0.5 million, and then 0.2 million, 0.1 million. Now, who will win? And then I'm over here posting a perfect storm because it was a battle. It was a battle between the shorts and the longs, the bears and the bulls, for if this was going to squeeze up over 16 and get that run up to $20. It just didn't happen. Good try though. Very nice try. And another thing that we've pointed out in the pre-market prep, now that we're at the end of the month and we're transitioning into a brand new month, be very observant of the market conditions. I've seen C. Beth and somebody else mention that, hey guys, what have we seen time and time again this week? We've seen a lot of stocks come up and look like they're going to break higher midday and go parabolic or supernova and just get stuffed every time. This was early. You guys said this. I really need to start highlighting. See right here see Beth at 1 p.m. Retest and failed like I thought. We've been seeing it the past few days. You're paying attention to what's been happening. UPC, failed follow through. This looked like it was trying to round out here at 650. The other day we were looking for that 750 break, maybe run back up to VWAP at 850, and it just completely fell apart. So momentum right now, and the current theme, over and over again, we have not been seeing momentum with these stocks when they're in play for the first day. We've been seeing a lot of bounces and just range-bound plays over and over again. So good job today in chat, guys, being observant and putting the pieces together. We said in pre-market chat that a lot of newer traders, they come into this and they think every day something's going to run. And this market environment we've been in, these stocks have just been explosive and explosive. Bag holders have been getting rewarded for not selling, holding on, and then days later, the stock spikes. Wafu, for an example, you have to think of all the bag holders who bought in up here at 16 and then it failed. They didn't sell their position, so they're holding on to it for a few days. And when it comes back up to this level, they're all washing their hands with it. They all want out. So you got to be observant of that type of stuff. Give me a second, guys. So let's talk about TAOP. Now, this was just straight garbage. Straight garbage. Look at that chart. That is just disgusting. You know what that is right there? That's straight dilution. That's what that is. Somebody knew this stock was going to gap up, and what they did all day was just straight sell and sell and sell. You could see it so bad. There was no bounce at all. At all, really, on this stock. What, here from 1025 up to 1080? That ain't no bounce. It just consolidated for a brief moment, and then the selling continued, just driving the stock down in price. So this is what happened this morning. TAOP was gapping up on the gap scanners. It was the #1 stock pre-market. We covered it in the pre-market prep. We said if TAOP gets back up and above 14, that's when it will be in play. The stock was selling off. Market opened. Zoom in real quickly on this. Was hanging out right here at 1250. Popping up, gearing up. And I've seen this setup so many times in the past. A stock will open. And it'll kind of like get that shimmy pullback, what I like to call it. A shimmy pullback where it'll pull back lightly, pop up a little bit, and get that, like it's gearing up to snap to the upside. And you could see it was going to do that right here, but it just got completely stuffed right at 1320 and slammed all the way down to 12 and just kept grinding back down and down lower. I got FOMO on this one. I did. I'm going to show you guys. For the most part, I was right on it. I was. Right here in the morning. So TAOP was gapping up so big. Even I myself at times, guys, I get googly eyes. I get FOMO. I'm human. It's normal. It's about recognizing it and having that discipline to either stay away from it or cut your losses and move on. So this morning, and I'll zoom in on this, I got in right as it was trying to shimmy up right here at 1250 and trying to get that snap up over 13. And it did pop over 13. It popped up to 1320. I was up like 4,000 instantly. And then in a blink of an eye, it was gone. And it came down here just under 12. And I'm thinking, all right, so this will probably from here round back up and potentially squeeze up even higher. As soon as it started dropping down below 12, I cut it. And I seen I was down $11,300 and the market hasn't even been open for 20 minutes yet. I said, all right. And I told the chat, I said, guys, I'm not feeling well right now. I'm going to walk away for a while. That was super early this morning. Super early. And I knew it. I had FOMO. I had FOMO. And I didn't want to go into revenge trading. Let me see if I could find it here. I said it right here today at 9:54. I'm not feeling great today, guys. I'm taking off. Just do not feel like being here today. So I took off. I went for a walk. I needed to get my mind right. I needed to get my head right because I know right out of the gate, I take a big loser like this, it leads into revenge trading. You could really blow up your account. You're digging yourself up out of a grave. You're going to chase after anything that pops up. Your head's not right. You have to walk away. I walked away. I came back. I prepped myself back up. Wafu pops up. Jumped in on Wafu. Instantly made back what I lost. I made 11,300 on this. And then I got sloppy on EEIQ at the end of the day. But then after trading Wafu, I jumped in on EEIQ right here at 1350. Sold it up here at 1470. Then I was up 7-8K on the day, just like that. So from being down $11,300, making it back, and then going positive on the day, $8,000. That's a pretty good feat, and I'm proud of myself that I was able to do that. Not many people can do that. They're going to let that loss get to them. They're going to stick around. They're going to revenge trade. That $11,000 loss, if I would have continued to stick around, could have easily turned into $15,000 loss, a $20,000 loss, a $25,000 loss. Because I'm not admitting defeat, not admitting I'm wrong, and I have it on my mind. So the best thing to do in that situation is to get away, go for a walk, or even go sit in the corner, watch TV for a while, do something. Take your mind off of all this stuff. Go back and monitor what were you thinking, what were your thoughts, how are you currently feeling? And then kiss it goodbye, let it go. It's the past. Learn from it. And from the realization of TAOP, I broke some of my rules. I traded the first 15 to 20 minutes of the open. What do I always preach to you guys in the pre-market prep and every day when we trade? Stay away from the morning trading. Right when that bell rings, stay away. It's just too random. I break my rules. Look what happens. I got greedy. I got googly eyes, FOMO. I wasn't paying attention to how much the stock ran up pre-market, and it bit me. Don't get me wrong, I'm still closing the day green. I'm up almost $4,000. But trading shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be battling with your P&L and making stupid mistakes like this. The reason, and then after the fact, seeing how much this sold off, this is just disgusting. Straight disgusting. Somebody just straight up just sold non-stop all day. Because I'm looking on Flash SEC on TAOP, and I don't see anything. I don't. It's a low float at 6 million. They got low burn rate. They got a few months of cash. And then when I scroll down, I don't see any active registrations. There's none there. This one's complete. This one's complete. Or no, this one's complete. This one's in progress, but it's only 1.2 million shares. That's nothing. That's complete, and that's complete. They have no active registrations or shelves. And I'm just, part of me's thinking it was an inside job, or I'm making excuses on this thing. But for such a low float stock as this was, and it having a press release, getting into the NFT club, that non-fungible token, and a majority stake buy in Cloud Firm, 15 million in volume on the day, the price action just doesn't add up. It doesn't. So someone just straight unloaded on this thing today. But a good comeback, most definitely. When I came back and seen Wafu pushing up like that, I was like, bet, it's on. Made it back. And then towards the end of the day, when Wafu kept pulling back and pushing up right here, I was over here on EEIQ. I kept jumping into it, anticipating Wafu to blow up higher and up over 16 and run to 20. And EEIQ, it trades just like costs. You have to be careful with market ordering in and market ordering out. You can't. You have to get in and you have to sit on the ask when it's up to get out of a position. I'm over here buying 9,000 shares, 11,000 shares, buying in lots, 2,000, 3,000, 3,000, 2,000, holding 11K shares. That's why it says I've traded 37K on it. So from being up, I was up 8K on the day, and then I cut it in half to 4K. Right here, just before 2 p.m., I was like, I'm done. I went and I laid down, I took a nap, and I honestly didn't wake up till 6, so I took a 4-hour nap. So, and look what happened. It didn't even end up doing anything. But I see a few of you guys were keeping an eye on something that was taking off. Which stock was it? We're in Wednesday. It was... Oh, we gotta go way, way, way back. UAVS. And NVIS. I think that was the big runner at the end of the day. Yeah. Nice consolidation all day. From 12.50 up to 14 bucks. Nice consolidation all day. And then look at that volume explosion there. Almost every 1 minute candle was averaging 1 million in volume. That's insane. That's a huge lightning bolt. From $13.50 all the way up to $19. See how fast these opportunities can come? And what it run up on? BlackBerry dips on fourth quarter results. That has nothing to do with MVIS. Keep it on watch for tomorrow. Up over 20. This thing could run up to 22, 23, 25. 145 million float. What is my background in trading? I don't get what you're trying to ask there. It had news moved on the backside of Microsoft news. Okay. Not seeing it here on Street Smart Edge. WKEY launched off its auction of the luxury watch NFT item. That didn't do nothing today. We were watching for it to potentially push up over 15, maybe get a nice pop to $16, $17. And then the SPY had a nice run up today, all the way up to 398. So it's just getting closer and closer to testing that 400. We've been saying it all week. The market is in indecision. It doesn't know what it wants to do yet. Pay attention to every $5 levels. So 400, 395, 390, 385. The market doesn't like indecision, and when you have indecision, it leads to choppiness. This is why a lot of your stocks haven't been breaking out and pushing up higher, because the market is stuck in range like this. So we've said it all week that the SPY is going to at least try to test that 400. It's going to want to touch it. The SPY wants it. But if it starts to fall down below 395, the next level would be 390 and then 385. So keeping an eye on the overall market, and we didn't know how the market was going to react to Biden's new infrastructure plan. So keeping things like that, staying relevant with what's going on in the world, not really trying to predict what could happen, just take it day by day. I never like to try to predict what the SPY or these indexes are going to do. because it's hard. It really is. Nobody can really predict what's going to happen because you have the whole world watching, paying attention, and trading these major indexes. So many different beliefs, trading strategies, and so on. But a good, nice move today on RAIL today, guys, for sure. MVS makes the chip for a new Microsoft headset. Okay. Well, anytime you got a company that's doing business with a big juggernaut like Microsoft, yeah, you see it clear as day. Most definitely something to pay attention to. We'll see what it leads for into tomorrow. Now remember, tomorrow, it's a new month. It's April 1st. And it's also the last trading day of the week. Markets are going to be closed on Friday for Good Friday, so we're going to get a 3-day weekend. Keep that in mind, guys. And David, I have no idea what you're talking about. Say, what is your background in trading? And then you just say, based on what? Like, how am I supposed to perceive that? Could mean anything. Also, guys, I created something pretty cool. Look at if I can find it. When I'm just in the stock market, guys, and this is another good topic. I seen somebody comment today. They needed motivation. Um, Trading isn't going to be glamorous and things ain't going to be popping off going crazy all the time. It's not. Trading and good trading is a lot of sitting around, sitting around, and sitting around. It is. You're not in a trade all the time. It's a lot of just sitting, sitting, and more sitting. That's why a lot of times I'll have a movie playing in the background. Every day I pop in a new movie and I'll just turn around and watch it and just chill, and I'll glance back at the charts. Like, I'm not all up in my charts and all over in the market like nonstop. Like, you're chilling, waiting for these stocks and setups to come to you. And it's like what a lot of the other people say. The hottest trading times to trade is from 9:30 to 10:30. And then from 10:30 to around 2:30, maybe 2, lunchtime, it's going to be dead. And then the last hour of the day, it heats up. So you have like a small window of opportunity to execute on your trading every day. And things have changed though, because we've been getting so much volume into the stock market. This has just been abnormal the past 2 years. This isn't normal. We're not, you guys are used to seeing stocks, 2, 3, 4, 5 stocks a day, every day, pop off and go. Back 2 years ago, we were lucky to get maybe one stock a day, maybe one stock a day. There's always opportunity out there, but things was not as explosive as this. And I feel when things start dying down, a lot of people are going to get reality checks that, you know, volume is so huge in the market. And it's going to keep going for right now. But when people start blowing up their accounts, remember 90% of people fail in this game. Brokers are still opening accounts, brokerage accounts, trading accounts at record numbers. As soon as that starts to top, all these COVID restrictions lift and people start going back to work and their everyday life, all these new people are going to blow up their accounts, and then they're going to be like, yeah, day trading, it's a scam. It's gambling. Because that's their belief, because they had a bad experience and they didn't learn, they didn't study, they didn't look into this and take it seriously. They looked at it as a pastime. What? Because they're all stuck at home and they have to work from home. So this is gonna die off. It will. It's just a matter of when. But a lot of times, and it's always been the thing. And this is why you guys in chat at around 11:30, you guys will see me dip and I'll take off. I won't come back till 2:30, 3 o'clock. Because the hottest time to trade is from right when that market opens at 9:30 to around 10:30. Maybe you can extend it to 11:30. But then after that, it's dead all the way up until the last hour of the day. So you have that small window of opportunity to make your money. You have to think, all this big money out there, they're here for the open, they make or lose that money, and then they go off and do their regular job, or they go off to lunch with all their rich buddies. And then all these algos and the computers, they come in and take over and trade, and it's all dead. And I say it all the time, if the more you hang around, the more you put yourself at risk. Your mind's going to start wanting to play tricks on you. You're going to think you see A+ setups, but in reality, they're C+, maybe a D setup, just garbage. And you're going to get screwed in a huge flush. Like, look at YVR from today. Made it look like it was good. And I seen a few of you guys in chat anticipating it breaking up. Ran up here, pulled back, came all the way back up, right back up to its highs. Made it look like it was going to go. From 5, they flush it down to 475, flush it down to 450. Pretty much game over from there. All the way back down to 420s. So I preach it all the time. We're here to make money. Get in here, make that money, wrap it up, call it a day. Locking in profit every day, it's gonna add up over the course of time. So the thing that so I'll just sit here. That's why I sit here and I create all these different GIFs and stuff. It's just because I'm bored. Because you're just sitting, waiting. That's all you're doing. So I'll create stuff like the death candle, the double whammy, FOMO, the FOMO meter. But this is one I've just created recently for all the trolls. That's a troll, Gollum, with his keyboard and mouse, and he's envious and jealous of successful people that are doing better than him. And he's asking, what are you doing up there? This is what happens when you're in the market and trading. You're by yourself. You're just waiting for these stocks and setups to come. You yourself, you're going to start having your own names for a lot of these plays that pop up. Just like I have Money Monday, parabolic moves, the rubber band play, the double whammy. Those are all terms that I've made up. So you are all going to start developing your own. And all they are is the same, because human nature never changes. These have been the same patterns for years and years and years. I think that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. It's already going on 8. So tomorrow's the last day of trading, guys. It's going to be Thursday, April 1st, which is April Fool's. Thursday, we're going to do live stream trading in the Discord. So come prepared, ready. We're going to end the week out strong. It's going to be the start of a new month. Let's get it, guys. Like I always say, have that patience,